Hi there, Gay here from Simply Savvy Web, and I'm a website coach for micro business owners, helping you to learn how to create, update, and get better results from your WordPress website. Today's tutorial is about the top 5 things you need to launch your website. So if you're just starting out, getting your business online, confused about all the options, don't know where to start, then this tutorial is for you. Okay, let's get started. Right. Okay, so the first thing we'll look at is your platform. Now, there are lots of different options for getting a website online. And it really comes down to what your goals are for your website and for your business. So you might want to just start with a simple one-page site if you want to get something up really quickly. A simple one-page site could be a good start. Or perhaps you just want a very small brochure or portfolio site. Then the options, there's a lot of options. You can use WordPress, of course. I like WordPress because it's very flexible. It can grow and evolve with you as your business grows and evolves. There are other options, of course, like hosted website platforms such as Wix or Squarespace. So if you're needing something, needing to get up quickly and cheaply, then perhaps you could have a look at those options as well. If you're looking to create an e-commerce store, so if your business is primarily around selling products, then you could look at something like Shopify, which is specifically for e-commerce. It's a hosted solution and it has all the tools included. And of course, WordPress would be another option with the WooCommerce plugin. There's a lot of e-commerce stores built on WordPress, so that is another good option as well. If you're looking at something a bit more complex, like a membership site or an e-learning site where you want to create an online course, then there's also a lot of options for those. So in the way of hosted solutions that have sort of all-in-one that are specifically designed for those type of sites. And of course, I'll say it again, WordPress is also another option because there are a lot of add-ons that can be used with WordPress to create basically whatever you want. So in the next video in this tutorial series, I will create another video on the platform and go into a bit more depth on the pros and cons of the different platforms and the different costs involved. The next thing you need is your domain. Okay, so choosing your domain name when you're first starting can be a little bit daunting. Generally, you would just base it on your business name, if that was suitable, or perhaps keywords, depending on and what it is that you're doing, what your services or your products are. So that is another option. One thing to keep in mind is you don't need them all. Okay, you might just need the .com.au if you're specifically focused on the Australian market, or .com if you're looking at more of a global market. But yeah, you don't need to buy every variation of your domain name. Now, choosing where to buy your domain name from, there are a lot of different domain registrars out there where you can purchase a domain name. So just beware sometimes of the cheaper ones, so things like Crazy Domains and Namecheap companies. Some of those companies can be quite cheap to purchase a domain from. They'll offer a discounted domain, which is fine, and you can always move to a different registrar later on if you need to. But sometimes things to be aware of are when those domains come up for renewal, sometimes they will inflate those renewal fees. So just something to be aware of. And in the follow-up video in this series, I'll go into a bit more detail about what to actually look for in a registrar, and also the options for website hosting, which you'll often see offered alongside when you register your domain. Okay, so some things to be aware of there. Okay, so the next thing is your branding. So again, this can be quite daunting, putting your branding together, the look that you want for your website. Now, if you have the budget to engage a professional graphic designer, then that's great. They can help you with creating a beautiful logo, helping you with your fonts and your colours, and getting all that together. If you don't have the budget, then just keep it simple. You could start with just a text-based logo. That's how I started with mine, just using Canva to put a very basic logo together. And also you can have a look at the colour palettes and the fonts that are available and just choose something that you like. Images, again, if you've got the budget, then it's great to engage a professional photographer to take some photos. You need some nice photos of yourself on your website because people like that personal aspect of getting to know you, on your website. The key is to keep it consistent. When you're creating your website, keep your colours and fonts consistent throughout the site, okay, so that it all flows nicely. So in the follow-up video in this series, I'll go into a bit more detail about how you can maintain that consistency across your website, and also options for sort of tools that will help you find colours and fonts as well as images that you can use. Okay, the next thing is your content. Now, this is the most important aspect of your website, okay? Your content, your message that you're putting out there. Now, the first thing to keep in mind is it's not about you, all right? It's about the website visitor. It's about your target market, your ideal client, okay? You need to know what it is that they're looking for, and you need to be able to speak to them and engage with them on your website. So it's very easy to get bogged down when creating your content, but you can always start small and then build on it as you go. Okay, you don't have to get it perfect, just keep it simple. The important thing is it had to have an easy flow of information, so when someone lands on your website, they can easily find their way around and find what they're looking for and understand what it is that you're offering. Okay, so the key here is to have a quality content over quantity. Okay, so as I said, keep it simple and start small and build. And in the follow-up video, I'll go into a bit more detail about what to actually include on your website. So on the pages to include and how to set them out, what content you need, and how to ensure that easy flow of information. Okay, lastly, we're going to look at your Get Found plan. Okay, so it's one thing to create a lovely website and launch it, but how are you going to get found? How are people going to find you? Okay, so the first thing there is to know your keywords, and this comes back to your content and knowing your audience, knowing your ideal client, and what are they looking for? What words are they using when they're looking for what it is that you offer? Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know and have a plan around. Getting found online and appearing in search results comes down to search engine optimization, okay, SEO, and the three key aspects to SEO, the three key things that Google's looking for when ranking websites is firstly that good quality content, okay, so that as I mentioned before, it's very important to have the quality in your content. Also that good user experience, and that includes that flow of information, make it easy for them to get around your site and find the information, as well as ensuring that it works well on mobile and loads fast. Okay, so those are the things that give it a good user experience on your site. And the last thing there is the backlinks. So that means other websites linking back to your website. Okay, that helps to increase your ranking in the search results as well. Okay, so that's things like directory listings and social media links and links from other websites that are relevant to your business. And in the next video, I'll go into a bit more detail about how you can find those keywords that you need to use and how to use them on your website. Okay, so next, please, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see the next videos when they're released, when they're available. You can find me on Facebook. There's my Facebook page there. Just look for Simply Savvy Web. And I also have a group on Facebook for micro business owners to get help with their website. So you're welcome to come and join me there. And there's my website that you can have a look at, simplysavvy.com.au. Okay, that's all for now, and I'll see you soon.